yourself comfortable because we have a tremendous college hoops triple header on tap here on CBS, beginning with a top 10 battle of unbeatens as Iowa State sets its sights on the #1 team in the nation.
Great news for Iowa State, especially during the holiday season. Tamin Lipsey, the Cyclones all Big 12 point guard, will return today against Purdue. Lipsey has not played since November 24th due to a lower body injury. So this massive Elite 8 caliber matchup, Chris, getting even better.
Iowa State, they put up 132 points on a win earlier this week, and look at the numbers.
And they do a great job in their pressure defense, cause turnovers, bad shots, rebounds, and push it out. Lipsey back, they're really talented. A kid that's a winner.
And number 3, as you see there, and that is good news that he's back in the starting lineup. Missed a couple of games with a groin injury. Practice yesterday. We saw him at practice, and his coach, TJ Otzelberger, in his 5th year, said he's ready to roll. And what a job he's done in his 5 years at Ames. Here's the starting lineups. 10 points a game. The Cyclones, with that 132, actually went from about 91 a game to 96.3 a game. So if we have that kind of explosion here today, it's going to be as exciting as we hope it's going to be. Jeffrey Anderson, Michael Redd, Kelly Pfeiffer, our officials. First of 3 on CBS today. We tip off. Let's play ball.
Tough controls. Purdue on the offense. Iowa State. Brad Lester goes a little.
And on that man-to-man is Braden Smith on the dribble.
They try and keep it in the middle of the floor, get away from traps, make quick passes and decisions.
And Iowa State's first trip down. Here's Lipsey.
Great coordinator, can make threes, gets to the rim. And this guy is a playmaker too, Jefferson.
He's going to be a tough guard for them today.
And Wren's got that obligation away from the basket.
And the three-pointer won't go for Milan Momcilovic.
They want him to take 10 a game. He gets 8 attempts.
He hit his first 8 the other night.
Unabashed, though. He's a different guy from first time I saw him.
Here's the switch off. And that's Lawyer on the outside. His 3's short.
They close out beautifully with a hand and challenge. Buchanan does a really nice job. Dribble, handoff, and screening. Rescreen.
Toure in the paint.
That snake dribble, so tough to defend.
Lipsey's 3, rims out. Hoffman ran with the rebound. Well, both teams have had pretty good looks.
Yep. Feeling one another out here.
Smith the fadeaway. Baseline got it.
You notice how he separates. Just got a great feel of where to go, what to do, and knock it down.
You know, it was interesting talking with TJ Otzelberger yesterday. He said, we want him to be a scorer. We'd rather have him score points than dish it off to 7 other guys. Well, he got his wish on that one.
Nice dive and pass.
And Buchanan flushes it.
Wide open middle. The big thing about, when you talk about Smith, letting him score, he does what they need.
Right.
Yeah, he'll score if that's necessary. If not, runs, gets everybody involved.
That delay of game warning, I guess, is what slows us down. And then we're ready to go.
Toure's got the assignment. Quick feet, strength on Smith. Look at those puppies move.
Smith back on top. And now the dish down low is a foul.
They do a nice job walking you up the lane. And all of a sudden, that little high-low, you can just out of the picture here, we got this. And that was set up by Clough, getting Buchanan a little higher in the lane.
Smith had a little trouble getting it in. It does to Clough. A reset at the point with Smith.
Wren's got that floater game if he wants, or drop step hook.
3 to shoot. Got to get it up. Lawyer off the back of the rim.
Momcilovic
got it.
He looks for his shots, Brad. So confident, whether it's 3 are off the deck.
Averages 18 a game. Got 3 guys averaging 18 or more. That's pretty unheard of.
And they share it. Nice little screen.
Wow, Lawyers had good looks.
Yeah, he has. Clough does a great job getting people free.
Nice drive inside. And good job defensively by Clough to stay with it.
Nice entry. Look at this trap. That is strong.
Cyclones go to the bench for the first time. Lawyer, the wraparound. Nice dish inside.
Nice feel. All the attention by the bounce.
Jefferson against Kaufman-Wren.
He likes to overpower. Nice hands.
Comes free on the inside and scored for Plata.
Braden Smith did a nice job containing Toure. He's a great-looking prospect. Nice entry.
They double, and no foul.
He's going to have to make quick decisions and find people opposite.
Cyclones force almost 20 turnovers a game. They forced one on the last trip, but they gave it right back.
Oh, Ed Smith on the wing. Pretty good choice
there.
There
You go. And Lawyer just kissed the crowd, said finally.
That's options, though. Both wings filled. By the way, we haven't talked about Jefferson. He hasn't had his fingerprints on this game now.
Not at all.
Terrific individually, finds people, draws attention.
Well, you called it, but he's cut off at the foul line by Clough. Now he got it back for the 3. Got it.
How about that? One guy stepping outside. What a great feel for the game. He understands. Doesn't take many. That's his 5th for the year.
Gives his team again a 2-point lead. Clough on top, and now Smith around a pick.
Nice
pass. Good find. 3-pointer short.
He does really spread the floor and the wealth with his cross-court pass to Smith. There's a nice
and
job.
Now he's got a steal here.
Nice play.
And the dish ahead to Cox.
He leaves it all out. Whew.
That lit up the crowd.
Whatever it takes, that young guy will provide. We had him.
Jefferson gave up a 3. On the drive, lost it.
Smith right there now.
And the one-hander underneath the clock. Whoa. Can this kid pass the ball or what?
He's a highlight.
9-assist game pace, which he's on right now. He might be the all-time guy before it's over.
And you know he's going to have one of those like 16-assist games like he did against Houston.
He had the 11 assists on 11 baskets against Houston in the second half. I didn't realize that till they told us yesterday.
Chris Foreman was telling us. Icy can make some shots.
Bateman, sensational freshman in the lineup.
Great looking prospect too.
Lipsy over Smith on a 3 that rims out.
Nice rebound.
And the second chance will go for Heisey.
Boy, that's a no-no for Purdue. Usually cleaned it up.
Tied at 11. Just about 7 minutes into the game here at Mackey Arena.
Iowa State tightens the defense after that timeout. That's what they rely on. Choke off at the point of attack, deny, make everything a tough catch.
There's a turnover situation, as mentioned, forcing almost 20 a game, which turns into 27 points. And Purdue doesn't commit many. They just did on that last trip down. That 3 won't go. Tough offensive rebound, a battle for it. Going to have a foul. It looks like on Jacobson.
Oh, goodness. You can't see the floor.
Lipsy lobs it inside. And then block shot.
They have a lot of guys who can bring it up. Smith filled the lane. But Harris bring it up.
Now it's Bateman on Smith. The lob. There's another pretty one.
Always sneaks a peek as he dribbles the D. Big time find. Jacobs, he can make threes, can roll and finish.
Jefferson, he's got one today. He's got two now.
Terrific talent. Had him last year against Iowa. What a show he put on. It was a wonderful feel and understanding of the game.
Not only his shooting, the last two games he's had career-high 10 assists with no turnovers. Here's Smith over Jefferson. Kept alive by Jacobson underneath. He has it blocked. Second chance. And a third chance coming.
It's like a war under there.
Whoa. Just mugging underneath. Braden Smith's going, how about a foul?
He's on the side begging over here. You remember TJ telling us we're worried about offensive rebound at the rim. How about this little middle ball screen finish? And right here, the big fella, Lumen live. Send it in.
Huddle, you can't quite see him, but he's done a pretty good job against number one teams. The last two number one matchups under TJ. This one against North Carolina, winner 70-65 in Portland over the top-ranked Tar Heels. And then March 16th, 2024, number one Houston, Big 12 championship game. They won that one 69-41. So 4 times all-time Iowa State has picked off a number one team, going all the way back to 56-57 season. Close game and a low-scoring game against Kansas, 39-37.
I remember being out there when Fred Hoiberg was the mayor. Great player. But you think of this program since he's taken over, 4 NCAAs, 2 Sweet 16s, winning the Big 12 championship that you just noted. Of course, he started as an assistant to Big Mac at one time at Iowa State.
Troy Kaufman ran at the free throw line. Shooting about 67% from the line. Almost that good from the field for number 4. 6'9" senior.
He reminds me of all the old Big Ten forwards over the years. Big, strong, tough.
Got one of 2. And we're tied again.
Meyer on the floor now. Nice help side. Not a good outlet. Oh, he saves it.
Smith in the paint. Jacobson off the glass.
Gets an assist on almost an out-of-bounds play. But you just run the floor if you're a teammate. He's going to find you.
Jefferson has it swiped from him by Meyer. Meyer with the body and the bucket.
He does have the body, though.
That's for sure.
Built for this league.
And the Boilermakers stretch it out to a 4-point lead.
Look at this mismatch, but they can't take advantage.
Bateman brings it back out to Lipsy.
Might be Lipsy time.
You're right.
It's a winner.
Right on your cue.
It is a winner. They're struggling.
Preseason all Big 12 player. Started every game that he's ever played in. Missed a couple, as we said, with an injury, but back apparently to full health. Looks like it today, anyway.
They try and keep it on one side of the floor. Good outlet by the cut. Ooh, Ren may have walked.
And it's a turnover for Purdue. And Smith didn't touch it, so Purdue ball. West Lafayette, first of 3 games on tap. Our triple header today.
You look at this game, they're hanging tough. It looks like they had turnovers, should be somewhat of a dilemma, but just hanging around.
Jack Benter in the lineup for Purdue off the bench.
It's tough to blow by Toure.
And Toure, nice hands and a steal. And a kick out. 3-pointer in and out.
I like him not hesitating. Meyer's got great body strength to ward off people legally and get to his spot.
And around the screen.
Loves this snake dribble.
And he got the jumper away. Tips and comes out to Smith. He'll try triple. Got it.
He just takes advantage. Seals the deal. That's the one thing they were worried about. TJ, the offensive rebound, getting second and third opportunities.
Izzy on the crossover. The drive, the wrap around, threw it away.
Tough catch. A little too deep and indecisive. Well, this is just the physicality of this game, but anything loose and up for grabs. The nice throw. Nylon, deep.
Great job just to keep it alive, and then Smith takes advantage.
Benter, typical hustle play. Benter getting on the floor. Down the other end. Pretty tough-minded.
Smith, the hook pass out to Meyer.
Watch his off arm when he dribbles. Later.
Foul down low.
Yeah, just rode him out too far. Once he gets out that far, you can release a little bit. Yeah, just too far here. Catch it out there. Screen the screener.
Lobs it into Clough.
He has some solid picks, by the way, Brad.
The kick out. That's going to be an assist if it goes. Not quite. Lipsy on the run.
See how he followed the trail guy?
And he comes up short on the baseline. Smith pulls it out of the air. And it's going to be a turnover.
A little too deep without a decision. Easy call, actually, for the official. He doesn't make those kind of mistakes too often. Getting a little blow. A lot of guys with hands on the hips already, you notice?
It's been an up and down affair. We weren't sure about Iowa State psyche when their bus broke down this morning.
How about that for you, Stomach? That's a bad omen, isn't it?
You would think so. Raft and I are going, how come all these guys are getting in these vans to go over to Mackey Arena? Oh, the bus wasn't working.
When I coached, I prayed for the bus to break down. Kids are so good using that little, they call it the snake dribble. Get a guy in your hip, you own him.
His first basket. Averages about 12 a game. Cuts the lead to 3. Under 8, first half. Clough. Cox baseline jumper. Rims out. Rebound off to Jefferson. Toure. Double team. Jefferson reels and deals.
That's the footwork.
Yeah.
And if you overhelp, he'll find somebody. Big fella's tough.
Lead cut to 1. Meyer almost lost the handle and stayed with it enough at least to draw the foul. Back and forth we go. Biggest lead's been 5. Right now it's down to 1.
Choke off your ability to get some flow in your game.
We talked about the offensive numbers that they put up, but now when you talk about playing against 2 really good defenses, those numbers come down dramatically. Homer Meyer, a freshman, the free throw line. From Tel Aviv.
Great find. They're so happy with him. Prospects for his future.
Talk about brotherhood and teamwork and everything. They had a couple of days off for Thanksgiving. Matt said, you know, go home if you want or whatever. And Braden Smith said, you know what? We got some foreign guys that don't have the opportunity to go home. Let's bring everybody into Mackey Arena and have Thanksgiving together. That's what they did.
Talk about leadership.
Yep.
I think Clough, the other night, he gets his money's worth on fouls.
He does.
They call it getting cluffed.
Yeah, they get Clough. A whole body of Clough. 6'11", 255 pounds worth of getting cluffed.
What an addition, too.
Dominic Nelson missed the last game got injured again, a groin injury problem against Syracuse, but he's back, so they're at full strength. The Cyclones.
Lipsy, having missed so many, those last games, resting him, not in his top form, probably.
Gives an opportunity for other guys to fill in, and then they get better. Meyer right now running the point.
Well, look how they get after you.
Meyer against Toure.
Good trap. Nobody's posting. Nobody went to the foul line.
That's great defense. Purdue's fourth turnover. And all the way on the drive off the glass. Nelson.
How about that? Big impact early here.
And the Cyclones regain the lead by 1 on an 8-2 run. Let's see if Kaufman-Renn can get his offense in gear.
Nice cut. That's how you get it side to side. Once
Get it to him on the low block. Double go immediately. Oh, that's a swarming defense. Meyer 3.
On the other way over the top, I think Clough.
Yeah, another Clough victim.
One blessing when he went to St. John's to help Lab out, we got to see him a lot.
Yeah.
And he's got a great sense of humor. Good hands.
Another turnover. Put Coach Beatty and Matt Painter together, and that's 2 coaches in 45 years.
How about that? And they do similar things in a way, defensively, obviously, but Jacobson ran rim to rim.
Momcilovic will come back in, and Jefferson will get a breather. And Braden Smith back in to trigger it on the baseline for the Boilermakers.
Lawyer's so good at getting free. Rushing the shots just a little bit.
And Kaufman-Renn can't get it underneath on the second chance.
He has not gotten anything around the rim. They have protected that area on Renn.
Momcilovic guarded by Lawyer.
Nice cut.
And they find him on the drive. Score it.
Pretty look. And an empty side. Step and go. Pretty.
And Iowa State's quieted the Mackey Arena crowd. Their biggest lead is 3 here at the 5.5-minute mark.
They deny everything. Empty side again.
And again, knocked away. Still going to be Purdue ball.
Now, the catch Smith had, if he were lower, he would have the perfect entry. But the defense forces you out. They're so aggressive.
TJ Otzelberger says,
Lob.
Oh, there's a lob.
It's not fair. All that size and agility.
And passing ability.
Yeah.
Deep 3. That goes.
He's big time. Doesn't hesitate anymore. Range, no problem.
8 out of 9 on his threes the other night against Alcorn State. That's his first one today, his 35th of the year. There's the extra pass, and Jacobson is the leading scorer now.
What a great set, man. A little high-low action set up by Smith to the post, and then the feed down below. This has got a little pull-up game, too.
There's a drive inside and a foul on Jacobson.
He's 0 for 5 from 3 this year, so he's going to be a pull-up game or go to the rim. And this is just a beautiful setup on the alignment. So solid. He's smart, too, Jacobson. He was going to get to the right spot. That's that high-low they ran beautifully, and the rest elementary.
Averages 9.4 games, got 8 already. At the free throw line, Nelson has been a nice addition, coming back healthy. And Lipsy again will get a breather.
I think he's just doing that. You're right. Until he gets his legs in wind.
Yeah, a little bit of a pitch count, maybe.
Both teams are very deep, too.
Another senior here in Nelson out of Miami. Got one of two.
Pretty much known as a hard driver with a pretty good handle, Nelson.
Smith double team momentarily.
And nobody cutting to help him out. A little late.
Now trying to go to the offense. Fadeaway baseline. Got it.
He's got that in his arsenal. Fades away enough.
Lead down to 1. Under 4 to play first half. Crowd has not been as loud as normal, but now they're getting into it again.
Got to be there on the catch. Momcilovic. Didn't even look for that three.
Toure kicks back out. Nelson lets his defender go by. The pull up short.
Off a Benter.
He hits the deck. We hit the break. 3:24 to go first half. Doesn't happen very often this late in the season.
What a recovery. They were beaten. Smith reacts.
So instead of an assist, give him a block.
Just great setup on the out of bounds. Little back screen and then pop back to the ball. Tardy.
Lipsy trying to get it in and will come way out on top to Nelson.
Tough match here. Look at this. Oh my goodness.
Well, he didn't get the steal.
Talk about effort. He got him sped up.
Cox the trailer. Back out. Boyer only has 1 bucket today at 3.
I think they can go to Rent a little bit if they want. Then he's back on him now.
Extra pass, baseline, 3, short.
But stay there. I think Toure with the little grab on Wren. Sometimes the only way you can stop him.
1 of 2 there today so far.
He's had a great year, though. That 15, 17-foot floater. And Benter with the push-off.
So they missed a free throw and pick up a foul all on the same play.
Do you ever have arms like that?
No.
Me either.
I was going to say earlier, TJ said to us, talking about his defense, he looked at us and he got in the stance. He said, I like guys that play defense like linebackers. And I go, I get it, just looking at you.
And he's got them.
3 doesn't go. Smith with the rebound.
Look at this handle.
And the look. Lawyer has stolen away. Toure had an open look and nailed it.
Nice unselfish play. That's his 7th. He's high percentage guy.
Cyclones match their biggest lead of 4. Smith through traffic and one-hander. Cobbin Wren missed it. Well, that's not going to be an assist, but it's just fun to watch this.
He may lead the country in passes that should be assists.
Yes.
That aren't converted. Just a great find, the courage to split. And they usually close that gap, Iowa State. He's able to get through and able to drill it.
Toure will bring it up.
He was a French pro, actually, this kid.
Sounded like he took a pay cut to come here, though. Eight on the shot clock. Lipsy double team. The kick out on the baseline. 3 is way short. And Kaufman Wren looking for a foul. Doesn't get it. Crowd reacts as well.
He tried to sell it.
See if the Boilermakers can get a clean look. That should be that floater. There you go.
That is money. Trademark that.
Chalk it up to another assist for number 3 as well. And that's Kaufman Wren's first field goal of this half.
Well, they're blowing up that dribble handoff well.
Oh, there's a no-look pass as well behind the back.
You can do it. I can do it as well.
Buchanan scores off a beautiful dish from Lipsy.
You mentioned Fred Hoiberg, the mayor. What would you call Lipsy after his great career? Town manager?
Maybe. City council at least. There's another floater. That one off the window, no good.
He's last down. 5 on 4. They're going to get a good look.
Buchanan. And a foul.
Two outstanding guards. When you see their ability to make plays, good understanding of schemes, exactly what you're going to do. You slip, and right there. Boy, the guys have that floater down. Terrific weapon.
So Blake Buchanan is going to the free throw line.
Virginia kid. There's Tony Bennett, a good friend.
That was an interesting story.
Yeah.
TJ said, talked to Coach Bennett and when he was leaving and said, you know, we're interested in this kid.
I'm out of it. I'm out of it.
Yeah, that's right. Missed the free throw. Final 25 seconds of the half.
Nice quick double up. They should do it again.
8 on the shot clock. Smith, the kick out baseline, the 3 off the mark.
They
And
got
a chance. Cyclones, extra pass. And the 3 is short.
What a great look. Bateman. Gave him all he needed right in the pocket.
The three-point shot right there. When I talked to Matt Painter this week, he told me containing Jefferson was going to be a focal point in Purdue's scattering report. Right now, Joshua Jefferson playing like an All-American.
Raptor is an unfamiliar spot. The Boilermakers have won 36 non-conference games in a row. They're not shooting well, though. They're going to have to warm up.
Well, Lawyer and Myra are 2 for 9. I mean, that's some good looks early, particularly for Lawyer, but it's fun to watch these guards. You know, Smith and Lipsy, the way they run the team, manage the clock. They're just so sound. Conceptually, they understand the game, and they're willing to lay it out there as well.
You warned me before the game. Don't expect a high-scoring game, even though these teams score a lot of points. You take a look at the Taco Bell first-half statistics, and Purdue only shoot 37% and only 2 for 10, as you said, outside. The points off turnovers has helped them a little bit, but we'll see if Purdue's big 3, that being Smith, Lawyer, and Kaufman-Wren, can warm this crowd up and get back in front here in the second half.
I think the big thing for Purdue, if you're talking about an adjustment, they've got to get out of the traps quicker decision with a pass. They've got to get available, particularly at the pinch post or the post area or by the foul line, just to bail out this great, rugged defensive stance of the guards on the perimeter.
With the exception of Jacobson's dunks, Purdue's not getting anything at the rim right now.
Wow, the physicality is incredible. Buff's got 2, Jacobson's got 2.
Here we go, second half. Jefferson dishes underneath.
There it is.
Delayed dunk almost. Buchanan got caught in midair, but still got it to go.
Well, they need his fingerprints if they're going to win and be successful. He had those 2 fouls, didn't really play up to his norm early.
So a half-dozen-point lead here.
Didn't move the feet. That's number 3.
Stay with it on the rim.
A pretty good attack here. No question about it. Jefferson limited or inhibited with those 3 fouls now.
Yep.
Takes some rest.
C.J. Cox, 1 field goal in the first half. Smith led the way with 7.
They make you use a lot of clock, Brad.
There's a floater, won't go. Clough keeps it alive and scores it.
And that's the one area of concern from the get-go, the scouting report for Iowa State, conceding those points at the rim.
Lipsy drives, almost lost it. In the paint. Nice. Easy one for Buchanan.
Nice find. Momcilovic drew 2. Good release.
Toure guarding Smith as he has a good majority of the game. Smith finds an open man in the corner. Couldn't quite handle it.
Wow. He's usually unerring, that wide open.
Lipsy, a triple. Got it.
Smart. Off the ball, he's dangerous as well as with it.
That's going to let him play. I thought maybe there was a timeout coming after that last three-pointer. 2 minutes into the half.
Not making shots, that's part of their problem. Plus this button down D. And tough pass. That distance. Got to go to the wing to get it. That was deep. That's really good movement without the basketball. You can see Lawyer gets a little blocked out. A little dribble handoff. Lipsy, a keeper.
Now we do have a timeout. 17:58 to go in the ball game. Biggest lead of the afternoon for the Cyclones. TNT.
Well, you don't get very many early fast break opportunities or early offense, but the ability to retreat, obviously defensively, how do you get free? Lipsy permits others to bring the ball up, little dribble handoff, you go a little bit under, Lawyer gets trapped, little nylon.
And with that, a 9-point lead.
Put together some stops now, Purdue.
Lipsy just flies by everybody. Kick out for a three, and it goes, and the lead extends to double digits.
Can you believe how he collapsed totally? 5 defenders caved in, and then find and step in. Momcilovic, what a stroke. Stringing it out. Steps.
And another turnover.
Lipsy knew he had an empty side, was going to try and go left. Tyrese Halliburton, not a bad player. Got a chance to say hello to him. Going to have a great career. Just a tough injury last year.
Lipsy between defenders. Now a pull-up three, and that one goes by Toure.
Well, they got it going now.
Or they ever.
They're playing with a lot of confidence.
Up 15 on the #1 team in the country. Still 17 and change to go.
Yeah, second three for Toure.
Smith will try one. Short, kept alive by Cox. CJ puts it back up and in. Purdue is 2 for their last 12 outside the three-point line. They haven't hit one since midway in the first half.
A great extension defensively, and they really cover in the rear. Nice cut.
Buchanan, extra pass, and up and under by Heisey.
Patience by Buchanan. Deft delivery.
Boy, you just turn this game on, you're wondering, wait a minute. I thought Purdue was the #1 team in the country. They have looked it through 8 games, but not today, right now.
Well, they are extending and getting in. Nothing in the lane either off the bounce. And no post-up game. They got one now.
And a double team.
And a late cut.
Cox for 3. Got it. Finally, they got a 3 to go.
Late but favorable.
Crowd now, after that three-pointer, try to respond for their Boilermaker defense. Good ball movement by the Cyclones in the pull-up. Won't go for Momcilovic. And we got a timeout. 12-point lead. Somebody call somebody to wake up Purdue. Sean Payton's Broncos at 10-2. Jacksonville, you see, that's a game against the Colts tomorrow, one of ours. Here it's not playoffs, but it's playoff intensity.
And they got to tee it up on this end, seal the deal, and I think it's a post game at the other end.
Buchanan, Jacobson did a nice job defensively to get a stop.
Sure did.
Braden Smith all the way into the hoop. Gets it back on top.
Go inside to Jacobson.
Smith finds the open man. Lawyer fouled.
He's got to get running. That's what he does best. Relocates, finds, uses screens. Frequently, he's a screener that gets free as well.
Momcilovic is the guy that picked up the foul.
And Smith very patient, too, waiting. Always the hands on the late closeout.
Here's Smith off the inbound. Nails it.
Venter on the floor, too. Now a little competitive. Trying to get a little juice going.
The lead cut from 15 down to 10.
A double stagger out there.
Lipsey and Smith having at it. Buchanan. Momcilovic. Baseline. They double him. 3 to shoot.
He's got that footwork.
Oh, my goodness.
He's got a Dirk move as well that's really impressive. Great patience. Knew the clock.
That was literally at the shot clock expiring, and he still got the baseline jumper to go.
Nice cut. Venter giving it a little juice in the find. Smith won't back off.
Lipsey, cross-court pass, finds the open man. Heising.
Wow. He was Heising in that corner.
Wow.
And drew the deal. The weak side overreacted. Great find.
All about Smith's great passing, and Lipsey showing his, too.
Oh, he's big time.
Extra pass, Jacobson.
Depth of both teams. You can see right now with Purdue, a little smaller lineup, a little more activity, creativity.
Short on the free throw. Jacobson, it's only his 5th free throw he's taken this year.
Smith doing a little politicking out here.
Yeah, he is. He's spent the whole time talking to the officials.
Yeah. Mike Red, patient.
Plater just came back in for Iowa State. Jacobson second, got it. He's got 9. And he and Smith each with 9 for Purdue, but not enough right now. Down a dozen. 13.5 to play.
Automatic switching here.
Lipsey, the lob. Oh, yeah, I thought it was a lob. It was a shot.
He had both. He had the option. Plays with such an even demeanor.
Smith around to Jacobson screen. Cross courts it. Gets it back.
Look at the recovery.
Smith might have to do it himself. Tried to. Got it back. Got to hurry. He got the rim at least, but didn't get the shot to go.
Could be Venter from the back or Jacobson.
With Venter.
Yeah.
Not sure how Smith even scrambled to get that ball back, and then an off-balance shot on the baseline wouldn't drop.
Well, he knows he's got to take over a little bit. He's going to force the issue. See if everybody else can bite that enthusiasm.
Yep. Hoffman-Renn still just sitting on 3 points in this game for Purdue. Plater the handoff. Corner.
He can elevate now. He's got good side. Watching, this is the Dirk move.
Oh, man.
It's unbelievable. He's got a arsenal. Sets that guy up.
That's a scary shot right there.
It's a skill. Somewhat like Jack Sitka used to do.
Oh, wow. No kidding. Purdue hasn't been down this many points all year. They're going to try to get some of it back with Myers. 3 won't go. And the rebound off to Nelson.
Did you see the checking out, though?
Nelson going coast to coast and score it. Wow. Purdue's got to call another timeout. 18-point lead. And only 12 minutes for Purdue to do something about it. 41-43. Let's take you back 38 years ago. Johnny Orr on one side, Coach Katie on the other. Iowa State and Purdue. And Iowa State pulled off that upset 104-96. That game is still the last time that Purdue scored 90 points or more and lost. They're not going to get to 90 today, not against this Iowa State defense, and now it's looking bleak. Well, the Boilermakers down 61-43.
When you ran that game, I turned around and thought Gene was going to come over and whack both of us, right? This is so impressive defensively. This is a point now. I think you need some power in the game. Get it inside. See if Ren can do some damage. I know they trap, but maybe you can get somebody cutting or kick it to the opposite side. They keep you out here.
Braden Smith, Meyer.
There you go.
On a drive with a runner. Nice alive and tipped in. It's going to be offensive interference. Kaufman-Renn is saying,
I think it came off from our seat.
Let's take another look.
It's a cone straight up to the ceiling. We're going to take a look at it.
All right. And
oh, no.
It might just be laying on the rim.
That's no good.
That might be a good call.
The previous players under review for a challenge.
Don't like
Go
it.
to.
Exactly. At least they got something going to result in a basket, unless they change this rule. But
I realize we showed you that in slow motion, but that thing seemed like it hung up there for a half a day. Just balancing on the rim. And a tip in by Kaufman-Renn over in the scorer's table. Call on the court was basket.
After further review, the ball is on the basket. It's basket interference. Purdue has no more challenges.
And there you hear it.
that explains it. You lose it. You get one more if you were correct.
So no basket. Score remains 61-43. And Cyclone ball. Iowa State this half, they had turnover issues in the first half, had 9, which is unlike them. They have 0 turnovers, Raph, right now, and they've hit all their threes, 4 for 4.
And he fell asleep on the inbound. Smith alert.
Whoop. Kaufman-Renn hits the deck, scoops it, and score it for Harris.
That's the feisty play they need. Started with Smith.
Purdue out of timeouts, down 16, 11.5 to go. Momcilovic has been red hot this half.
Where's that
Fadeaway. That one rims out. Kept alive by Plata.
He's out of bounds. Okay, the traffic underneath. Good hands. And last touch by Ren. Easy call because they can't challenge.
Buchanan comes back in.
Momcilovic has really shown something this second half, I think.
You're not kidding.
Boy. This is going to be a good one.
Purdue finally got a rebound off the glass.
They're trying to exhibit a little of their toughness.
Braden Smith trying to push it, got it inside the Clough, and he's tangled up.
See, that's what I thought they should be doing a lot more. Just bring it down, try and get one of the bigs to lock low, do some damage in here.
You see Buchanan's got his arm hooked around Clough.
Good cut.
Meyer missed him, though, but did get it to him. That 3 rims out again.
What a check out, too. Buchanan.
Lipsy against Smith. Leaves it back for Buchanan.
Yeah.
That time, maybe an up and down, but I guess he kept his foot down.
Can't go under on that guy.
Buchanan off the window.
How about the patience, the poise, and plus the setup by Lipsy.
Buchanan with 10. Meyer will try a 3, no good. Kept alive by Harris. Smith trying to leave it for Kaufman-Renn, had it stolen away. Now he's trying to get back to knock it from Jefferson, and did.
Boy, Jefferson should have given it up.
Smith behind the back, too much. Another Purdue turnover.
Usually Jefferson makes the play in that open court. But right here, reaching back a little bit. Got to pass ahead to him, unfortunately. He doesn't make many mistakes.
No. Midway point, second half. An upset in the making here in West Lafayette, Indiana.
So that's a pretty pass.
Jefferson, the extra look, and Buchanan, the recipient.
It's very hard to control that middle ball screen, particularly when you have adept, adroit, willing passers that they have.
Purdue out of timeouts and down 20 with 9.5 to play on their home floor, where they've won 36 straight in non-conference play, which is what this game is. And again, the three won't drop. That's been the problem all day long, that and the tough defense by the Cyclones.
Advantage handler here.
Purdue came in 5th in the country in three-point field goal percentage, and today they can't find one. And one.
How about that clever curl? Turned in to the basket, received the ball. Just solid play. And this is just pretty, that extra look. So solid. Here, the boys in traffic. Some offensive threat that kid is.
Momcilovic at the free throw line to try to cap an old-fashioned three, along with the 3 other threes that he has today.
I get nervous when you say old-fashioned. For a number of reasons.
Yeah, I hear you. So that stretches the lead to 68-45.
Are you shocked?
I am totally shocked.
I'm coming in, I thought this would be inconceivable. And if they just set the tone on this defensive end of things. They're not making shots. They're not getting good shots.
Purdue has Minnesota next in Big Ten play. Minnesota, a team that upset Indiana earlier this week.
Jefferson's doing a great job fronting Rennan. Look at him work inside. Not letting them get a touch.
Lawyer. And he finally scores here in the second half.
He's got to put it on the deck. He's not able to get those open shots. And they are hugging him. And a nice little seal here helps out as well.
Fletcher Lawyer, the number 11 free throw shooter in the country. I wonder how many the other 10 guys, I don't know. He's 27 out of 28 from the free throw line. I guess they shot more, apparently. Well, wow, that's the way the day has gone. You can just put an exclamation point right there and go, okay, that's an issue.
We just don't have it. This is the weapon that is really terrific. You can't go under on him. Man, you can't go under. The weapon is Jefferson can do so many things with that basketball.
Momcilovic has been unbelievable in the second half especially.
And it's all the talking of him, TJ. Hey, we want you to take 10 threes. We want you to play loose.
He's doing both.
Yep.
And hook shot's going to be a foul. Tonight, 7:30 on CBS Sports Network.
And Jerry continues to give the basketball. We got the Olympic team straightened out a few years ago where guys really bought in to be patriotic and want to do it for the country. Continues. Very involved at Grand Canyon, too.
And finally, a free throw goes. Even those haven't dropped for Purdue.
No. Purdue is not a pressing team. It's not deemed necessary with the caliber of players they have. It's going to have to be a grunt, drop step. Look at the cut.
Jefferson, the pass. Heisey had it knocked away. Yeah, it looks like number one may be dropping to 8-1 on the season unless things turn around dramatically.
And another one gone, and another one.
He's asking me, what's it going to feel like doing Army-Navy? I said, I don't know. I've never done Army-Navy. So I called Vern. I said, Vern, everybody's asking me what it's going to feel like to do Army-Navy. He said, you'll know when you do it. And when you do it, it's one of the greatest things, one of the greatest spectacles in sports. So hope you join us.
We did basketball a couple of years, Army, Navy.
Yeah.
The same feeling.
Yeah.
It was magnificent. These wonderful men, cadets, and just leaving it all out there for us on a daily basis. It's just fun to watch.
Pretty
Those
special.
are the real deal.
Yeah. Next Saturday, I'll switch back to football with Gary Danielson and Jenny Dell. Right now, I'm with Mr. Raftery, and we're seeing a shocker, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. And Jefferson back playing more like himself the last few minutes.
That three off the
Look at
mark.
the hustle.
Buchanan hustles to get the rebound. Fresh shot clock. And Jefferson lets slow it down.
There's your point forward.
Yeah. Izzy over to Jefferson. And the three-pointer goes.
That's his vision, understanding, and relocating. Goodness.
74-48. When you and I woke up to the Gonzaga-Kentucky score this morning, we raised our eyebrows and said, okay, who saw that coming? Well, I don't think anybody saw this one coming either.
Absolutely not. I just love the coverage, though. They don't give you any breathing room.
Up inside, got a hook away and scored it.
So I think that's part of their dilemma, that the post-up game was taken away totally.
Yeah. Cox trying to put a little one-man heat on Toure. Jefferson gave up the three, the drive, and the extra pass to Toure.
Unselfish.
Nice ball movement by the Cyclones. In traffic, left hand. And Braden Smith tracks it down on the baseline.
Toure got away with a buck there on the open floor. Look at this hustle. And it goes the other way.
Yeah, went off Cox.
I see giving it up. Well, you have to play and leave it all out there in this program.
Game summary. This second half, 1 for 6 on one side for three-pointers, and the Cyclones have only missed one. Hoffman-Wren goes out. Jacobson in for the Boilermakers.
They spin out of that ball screen. Now the advantage size-wise.
Momcilovic baseline. That one won't drop for him. And Clough's got the rebound and got fouled.
Toure reaching in. You know, nobody likes to lose, but you're going to get a lot out of this if you're Purdue. You realize how tough it is. People are going to come after you. Expectations. This team comes in and just leaves everything out.
Well, Purdue knows tough defense about the likes of Houston, and now they're tasting some more Big 12 defense. 1-1.
Good tip. Jacobson. Icing it one way here.
Lawyer just threw it up there trying to draw a three-point free throw.
He was trying to rip through and get that call.
And there's frustration not only on the fans but the players.
He did get touched, though.
Yeah, he did. No foul called. Jefferson around Clough on the drive. Up and under, won't go. Rebound off to Cox.
You see the foot speed of Jefferson. Blowing by Clough. Tough match.
Cox on a floater. Too strong.
Nice tip. Boy, they are relentless.
Just don't let you breathe, do they?
All the help side defense. Tucked in pretty. Good luck.
Plus got 10. Just under 5 to go. A 22-point Iowa State lead.
Just can't keep up with him.
Nope.
Tough match for Clough. Little nickel dimer, but still. So aware, strong, and agile. Tough combination.
You know, it's funny. You and I, Hall of Fame statistician George Hill, when we arrived about 10 o'clock this morning, there were lines from here to downtown where our hotel was to get in this place. You couldn't get in here unless you were the fire marshal, and then you only barely had a chance. Nobody's left, but they weren't expecting to see their hometown team get hammered.
I thought they were all here to see George Hill.
And the return game will be at Hilton Coliseum in Ames next year. And Purdue will be looking for payback at that time because the payoff is not coming today.
Well, when I watch this team the last couple of games, their practices have to be extraordinary. They're so deep, and everybody has to toe the line, be in the right spots, understand what we're trying to do, what we're trying to take away. Pretty. Don't keep playing, though.
Even though all is lost, they're still playing hard. Just under 4 to go. It's 79-54.
He's obviously
played here about, what, 15 years ago, whatever.
Great player, too. Loves the program. That's Matt. But when you think of it, they shoot 41% from 3, Purdue. They're 18%.
Yep. And even the free throws aren't dropping.
Yeah, just a shadow of themselves.
And Braden Smith, if you're following along, he only has 1 assist this half, 7 for the game. So everything's just off right now for the Boilermakers.
Oh, we got rid of him, yeah.
And Jefferson's going to get called for the offensive foul.
Didn't have to extend the arm. That's what cost him. But this is that dimension, that little pinch post there where he can do so much damage. If you overhelp, they hit a slip pass or they kick it opposite. So sound. Nice ball fake.
Short on the 3, which has been the story of the day.
North Florida kid out of Staten Island.
Well, having Lipsy back for Iowa State, they weren't hurt without him, but you can tell they're a much better team with him, and he's played a good majority of the game today. So having him back and healthy make him even better.
Benter's so tough to compete it there. Got a piece of the ball. Give it away 3, 4, 5 inches maybe.
Jefferson working against Murphy. 6 on the shot clock.
Time to go.
Jefferson off the pass from Lipsy.
Nice rebound. Oh, what effort.
Kept alive by Buchanan. It was a rare miss on a 3.
Boy, they are spry still. Quicker to the ball.
Going to get a 3rd chance here. Lipsy in some traffic off the window.
Pretty.
Nice.
Fluid, under control.
%57% for Iowa State from the floor and only 40 for Purdue.
Purdue holds people to 40% generally. Look at the help. Close out. Step up at the back.
That 3 goes from the corner.
He can shoot. He was 5 for 10 and 3's coming in.
You can count that as another Smith assist. Only a second, though, the second half, and we're under 2 minutes to go.
Lipsy can wait off the ball.
Buchanan.
Keep fighting. Goodness.
Smith
Nice
underneath
run.
the Jacobson. Ooh, that's a hard foul by
They're going to look
Jefferson.
at it. They're going to look at it. They're going to call it. Flagrant 1.
He's going to be gone either way. It's his 5th foul.
Well, that's laying the wood. Jacobson does a great job running the floor. I mean, it looks worse. It's the follow-through that I think got him, don't you? I'd say going for the ball.
Yeah, it looked worse in live action to me than it did on the replay.
Anything on the shoulders and head, though, they go for it.
Yeah.
Go for the flagrant 1.
So it is, and Jacobson at the free throw line.
They give effort. That exemplifies it. That particular play. Way ahead.
Jacobson 1 for 3 from the free throw line. As I mentioned, hadn't shot a lot of free throws through the first 8 games. Nails the second one. And now Purdue ball. Jefferson's day's done, and Smith's apparently as well.
Tell you, he won't sleep well, that kid.
No.
Nice poke. They don't give up on a play.
(81-58). There'll be a new number 1 team in the country. Iowa State will move up.
Got any opinions?
Well, got to see some other games, I guess.
Arizona.
Momcilovic at the buzzer, missed that 3. Final 45 seconds from Mackey Arena, where a long non-conference winning streak is going to go by the boards.
Double. Bomb.
Well, let's see what they do against Auburn tonight for Arizona.
What do you think? Michigan, Rutgers has been struggling a little bit. This will probably dictate who's number 1, I think, that Auburn game.
Yep. Well, if you wondered if Iowa State was worthy of another number 10 ranking, we answered that one for you today.
And maybe worthy of a little lower. Or higher, I should say.
Four on the shot clock, ball loose. Buchanan turns and got it off the window. It did touch the rim. And
look at this. This is.
They're playing to the last second.
Toure will not give up. They're telling them to get back.
An easy win. 2 good friends, Matt Painter and TJ Osselberger. And TJ got the best of things today, that's for sure.
Boy, I'll say. So well prepped. Boy, mind-boggling how to beat this defense.
Yep, a shocker. That's going to wrap it up for us. For Bill Raftery, our entire crew, Brad Nessler saying so long from West Lafayette. Final score, 81-58. We'll send you to Adam Zucker for Inside College Basketball, presented by Progressive, right after these messages. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports. I'll see you next Saturday for Army-Navy. So long from West Lafayette.
All right, welcome everybody to Inside College Basketball, presented by Progressive Insurance. Adam Zucker back alongside Chris Walker and John Rothstein. And what we just witnessed ties the worst home defeat for a number 1 team ever. 23 points. Iowa State beats Purdue. The Cyclones were a cyclone, especially in the second half. Still undefeated, John. Couldn't miss.
Not just a defensive program anymore, because in the second half, Iowa State was ridiculous from deep. And we obviously are going to look right now at some of this offense that came in a flurry. 3-point shots all over the court. Tamin Lipsey back healthy. He makes a troika right there. Then Lipsey, the kick out to Milan Momcilovic. He had 20. He's playing like an all Big 12 player. Iowa State puts up 81 at Mackey Arena. We saw Michigan beat Gonzaga by 40 in Las Vegas last week. Given the fact that Purdue was 1, given the fact that this game was at Mackey Arena, the best home court advantage in college basketball, this is unequivocally the most shocking result that we have seen so far in the 25-26 season.
Pretty wild. What was the worst part of this for Purdue?
The worst part is it's being at home. Like, you're seeing it over and over again. And I'll say this, Braden Smith, a tremendous guard. And I think it started in the first half, to be honest with you. There were a lot of dimes that he threw that they didn't make shots. And usually you have to get ahead of a team like Iowa State. They did not do that. And it snowballed in the second half. Been there as a coach where you see this team just going over and over again. You're sitting there going like, you're trying to find an answer. And you don't have one. But when Fletcher Lawyer, I mean, think about it. They shot 20% in the first half. Then you go to the second half, their best 3-point shooter can't make a shot. And when that happens, it's almost impossible to find any type of momentum against a team like Iowa State, who's continuous. It's like a boa constrictor. They just continuously just put that grip on you, and you can't get loose.
No, you can't get loose. And I think one thing that we should point out, Adam, we have talked so much about what Purdue has back from last season's team that went to the Sweet 16, took Houston to the wire. 86% of their scoring is back. Iowa State's retention is also elite. Yes. Iowa State brought back Tamin Lipsey, Milan Momcilovic, and Joshua Jefferson. These guys are all Big 12 players. That team was a 3 seed last year in the NCAA tournament. There is so much attention on this climate, on who people are getting out of the transfer portal. In this climate, the most important things are the players you retain. Iowa State's retention has it right now in position to be a top 5 team this week.
I'll just say this real quick. You know, you look at Purdue, and I was one of those guys that were afraid to say, I like them, but you look at the athleticism of Purdue, and I just don't. I'm like, okay, but when they play against more athletic teams they can match their energy and neutralize. Braden Smith and Fletcher Loyer, they will struggle, particularly if Trey Coffin-Wren plays the way he played today.
You know, Iowa State made him play that way at times in the second half as well. Let's go back to West Lafayette, where Bill Raftery spoke with Iowa State head coach T.J. Otzelberger moments ago after they put out the largest home loss by a #1 team, tied with when Villanova beat UConn years ago.
Amazing. We're in shock, Brad. I was sitting there watching your performance. Kids were relentless. You had them so well prepped.
Well, I'm proud of our guys. There's not a program we respect more than Purdue and Coach Painter and their players. This operation is first class. We knew we had to be at our best, and we were fortunate we were today.
Yeah, defensively, you always talk about defense being solid, being aggressive, but they're unselfish at that end. They cover for one another. Their reactions are just flawless.
Yeah, our guys have really gotten connected. They've worked hard every day in practice. We've explained the value of practice, and it carried over. We're very fortunate here today.
Offensively, you had to be a little happy as well.
Well, we shared the basketball. We got to the paint. We made plays for one another. We were extremely unselfish. Guys were celebrating one another. That's winning basketball offensively. It was great to see.
Congrats. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Winning basketball, indeed. This was already the team with the #1 point per game differential coming in. Now they go to the #1 team in the country and win by 23. Is this our new #1 team? Iowa State, who should be #1 now?
I think you still have to give Arizona the benefit of the doubt, considering the fact that Arizona went on the road and beat UConn at Gamble Pavilion, even though Braylon Mullins and Tarris Reed were not available. You add that to the neutral site win over Florida, the neutral site win over UCLA. I give Arizona over Michigan by the slimmest of margins, but Iowa State will be in my top 5.
How about them Cyclones? Yeah!